So, and he was lovely to me and I liked him. And he also owned Studio 54, so he was a wonderful guy. Yes. With one caveat, you had to get in before 11 o'clock at night. Okay, because afterwards you couldn't understand anything he was saying. All right, so I went to sleep, and I was dreaming of being 40 and being excited, and everything was going great. And then I wake up in the morning, my phone rings, and the man says, "Hi, Cher," and I go, "Yes." And he goes, "This is George Michaels." I mean, no, it wasn't George Michaels, it's George Miller. And it could have been George Michaels, however, I know him. So I knew him. So anyways, he says, "It's George Miller, and I just wanted to tell you, I don't want you in my movie. And Jack doesn't think you're sexy, and he doesn't want you in the movie either." The movie was Witches of Eastwick. So, yes, that's the way I felt too. And I just was, I couldn't believe it. Tears started pouring down my face. I mean, pouring. And I didn't really know what to say back to him. There was like, you know, I had nothing to say. But usually when people insult you in Hollywood, they hang up. But he didn't. He just went on and on. "I don't like your face. I don't like the way you walk. I don't like your talking. I don't like your hair." And I was starting to get pissed. And I was also tired. So pissed and tired for me is not good, okay? So anyway, so finally, he was like going on and on. I was like, "Are you crazy?" So I went and I said, "Okay, look, motherfucker." I said, "I was nominated for an Academy Award for Silkwood. Right? I made a movie called Mask. And it's not like you're finding me under a rock. I understand you don't like me. Goodbye." But I was still crying, you know, and I couldn't, like, the tears were just streaming. And then I thought, oh my God, these are fabulous tears. I have to remember this. Because when you're an actress, you pray for these kind of tears because you don't have to scrunch up your face. It just flows beautifully so you can look fabulous. I did it once in Moonstruck. I had one tear that just rolled down. Yes. It's very difficult to do, okay? So I'm thinking half broken heart, half, my God, my tears are perfect. And then I thought, bitch, you're crazy. So then my kids come in with a birthday cake and to Bellboy, and they were singing, you know, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday, Mom, happy birthday to you." And then they look at me and they go, "Mom, you're crying." And I thought, well, okay. Sometimes when you're a woman and you're a little bit older and you're really happy, they're called tears of joy. And they were very excited about tears of joy. And so I said, "Okay, does that make sense?" And they said yes. I said, "Okay, now go get out of here." And so that was fine. And okay, I usually forget this part. I always forget it. So I go here when I forget it, because it just seems like the right thing to do. So my friend's hotel that I was staying at, I owed him $28,000 and I didn't have it. Like you do. Okay. Now, I left out a bigger part, so I go over here. All right, so, trust me on this part. So, since David Letterman's show started, they always asked me to go on, okay? And I never wanted to go on because I just didn't want to, okay? So now I can go all the way back to the perfect place. All right, now I'm here, and you have all the information. Okay, so they said, "Cher, how would you like to spend your birthday night with David?" And I went, "I'd love to, for $28,000. And they said, "We don't do that." And I said, "Well, then neither do I." And then in 20 minutes they called me back and they said, "Okay, we'll do it." And I'm thinking, cha-ching. And so I go, and so before I get off the phone, the producer said, "Cher, come on, tell me, why haven't you wanted to come on the show?" And I said, "Well, because I think he's very smart and he's very funny, but sometimes when people are guests on his show that he doesn't like, he can be kind of an asshole. Yes. And his producer agreed with me and we said goodbye and hung up. So the night of my birthday, and I was dressed like a bad woman. It was so terrible. Google it. So I get on there and, you know, he's being funny and I'm being funny and he's being funny and I'm being funnier. And then he said, so tell me, Cher, why haven't you ever wanted to come on my show? And I thought, I'm so busted. This is terrible. What am I going to do? It's the 80s. I can't say what it was. And if I lie, he's going to know I'm a liar. And while this is happening, out of my mouth, in script, comes because I thought you were an asshole. And he just looked at me. And he said he was traumatized for 5 years. But we became friends, and I like him. He's very different, but I really like him a lot. He's cool. But last year, he wrote me a birthday card in script, and it said at the bottom, P.S., my mother always liked Sonny more. So I think he's harboring. I think he hasn't let it go. Whatever. All right, so that was then, and that was when I was 40, and this is now, and I'm not. Right. But I can do a 5-minute plank, and yes, and I'm 72. Question to ask you before I go on. What's your granny doing tonight?